So I mean, think about it. We're looking at damn near 16, 15, 16, 17 days ago when this was announced. So it's way more than 1,000 is dead. It's got to be it's hundreds of thousands of people that are dead from this. And there's close to 2 million cases of people who got the virus. Okay? And this is a death toll that is actually sweeping across China and surging around the globe. So let's check out more of these posts. See, New York bill will require mental health screening before background checks to purchase a firearm. Well, they should do that with police officers, right? Considering the fact that they're shooting Jakes with their hands up. Maybe they should get a mental evaluation. You see the hypocrisy of this kingdom? Here it is, right? The U.S. government passes laws which would cause Jake to get arrested for raping a grown ass woman that don't have a man, right? He'll get 30 to 40 years in prison for rape. But then you got these high-ranking officials that work for the U.S. government, the Senate, the Congress, the Democrats, the diplomats, that work for the U.S. president, even the U.S. president themselves. Every single day, they're having sex with 6-year-old, 7-year-old boys, 6-year-old, 7-year-old girls. They're having sex with them, raping them against their will. But nothing happens to these high-ranking officials. Nothing happens to them. They get to snort crack and inject heroin into their bloodstream all day, party, do all these wicked shit with little kids, raping little kids. They're raping 6-year-old, 7-year-old kids and getting away with it. And then when they're through with these kids, after hearing these kids beg them to stop what they're doing, right? They sacrifice these kids to Molech, to these different gods they worship, and nothing happened with them. And then when the kids have been successfully sacrificed to the idols, well, what do they do with these little kids who come up missing in the news? They grind up their bodies and they put them in your ground beef at McDonald's. And right before you know it, you eating the kids that came up missing on the damn sign you don't seen outside on the street pole in your neighborhood. So this is a very hypocritical country. America don't even live up to their own laws. All these high-ranking officials having sex with little kids and nothing happened with them, right? Nothing. Okay, that's what the whole Pizzagate thing was about. Pizzagate was all about these high-ranking officials, not only from America, but also from other countries that was coming to America to have these pedophile parties, man. What they would call the pedophile ring. Which a pedophile ring is all about prostituting little kids to have sex with 24-year-old men, 30-year-old men, and also grown-ass women too. 30-year-old women, 40-year-old women. There's even 50 and 60-year-old men having sex with these little kids that are amongst the high-ranking officials. Old men, okay, 23-year-old men, all having sex with little kids. And nothing happens to them. They don't go stand before a jury in court, nothing. And according to the Holy Scriptures, if a grown man is having sex with a little child, he's supposed to be put to death. The same thing with a woman. If a grown woman is having sex with a little child, she's supposed to be put to death. Okay, that's a sin unto death, man. Because then you corrupting that little kid's mind. A kid don't know anything about sex. He haven't even hit puberty yet. The little girl have not even hit puberty yet. But you're having sex with him. But here it is, Jake, right? He can rape a grown-ass woman, fine as hell too. 22 years old, she bad, fat ass, big titties, long hair. She knows she got it. And he just took that coochie. Now he's sitting in prison for 30 to 40 years. And she was a virgin too, by the way. She ain't had no man, but he's sitting in prison. Fuck this kingdom. Excuse my French, but this is a hypocritical ass country. This country is full of hypocrisy. Okay, America don't even stand up to their own laws. Firearm background checks at record high for January. Yeah, you know why? Esau is panicking, man. Hey, there's a lot of these patriotic so-called white people. They really believe in their guns. And they're not going to just hand over their guns just because you say hand them over. Hey, a lot of these so-called people here in America, they believe in their rights. Okay? They still stand by the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms. So if you go in there trying to take their guns by force, man, then a lot of these so-called white people, a lot of their reactions is going to be, well, if Mr. Fuckface come in my house, I'm gonna blow his head off. So, civil war could very well be underway here in America, because there's a lot of people, they're not going to just hand over their guns. They're going to fight for it. I mean, ultimately, that's what the so-called elites want, because, well, like it says on the back of their dollar bill, ordo ab chaos, right, which is Latin for order out of chaos. They're looking for chaos so they can apply their philosophy, which is problem, action, solution. No, problem, reaction, solution. So that they want chaos to break out, so they can apply their own solution. Okay? See, Pentagon preparing to house up to 1,000 people who may need to be quarantined due to the Wuhan virus. And this is not in China. This is not in Australia. This is not in Canada. No, this is not in Europe. This is here in the United States. Okay? This is here in the United States. Okay? So here in the United States, the Pentagon is preparing to house up to 1,000 people who may need to be quarantined due to the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak. So let's have a look at this. So let's see. Pentagon, which is here in the United States, is preparing military installations to, if necessary, which now you notice how they like to put if in there, right? No, there ain't no if. They want this thing to escalate so they can have a reason to quarantine people. Hey, martial law could very well be underway here in America. Okay? Quarantine up to 1,000 people returning to the U.S. from overseas to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus that originated in Wuhan, China, the Department of Defense announced Saturday. Okay, on February 1st, Secretary of Defense Dr. Mark T. Esper approved a request for assistance from the Department of Health, DO.